Right now it's 7, Saddle Up, East Texas. The rodeo is in town. We have a preview of what you could expect ahead of tonight's showdown on that dirt right there. And Charlie Kirk's wife, Erica, the new face of his organization. What's ahead as the grieving spouse takes on her new role? And halfway through regular season, can you believe it? We are counting down the hours till we go back out under the lights. Where will our teams be tonight? We share that. Plus,
look at this picture of a cheesecake. You just did science.
Love it. Miranda Cosgrove is stopping by CBS19. The iCarly and Despicable Me star is talking about the brand new season of CBS's Mission Unstoppable, inspiring young women in STEM, and her upcoming Netflix movie set right here in Paris, Texas. That's coming up later in the show.
We got that chance for showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. I'll show you how long that'll last in your forecasts coming up. So stay right there because Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus starts right now.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. East Texas, it is Friday, September 19th, and there's so much to get excited about today. First up, the East Texas State Fair, finally here. Tyler's buzzing as the gates swing open, and this year's fair is bigger and better than ever. We're talking all your favorite rides and fried foods, plus some brand new attractions like a larger ag exhibit and even a sea lion splash show. And if that's not enough, the fair is hosting its first ever PRC-sanctioned rodeo, so expect some serious rodeo action and some big-time prize money. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Jesus Martinez has the morning off. Thank you so much for joining us here on CBS 19 Plus as we get ready for all those things that we just talked about, especially the dirt that's going to be kicking up in that rodeo arena. We're hoping it's just not mud. So the weather is shaping up nicely.
Yeah, the weather is going to be shaping up nicely, and it'll just be dirt, thankfully. No mud for today. For the first half of today, we will have that chance for some showers and thunderstorms. That's going to be ahead of a cold front. We got some thunderstorms in progress over southeast Oklahoma. That'll continue to move its way further to the southeast. I do think it'll miss East Texas, but we still will have that cold front that will bring in some showers and thunderstorms of our own. So that is something we'll have to watch for, at least for the first half of today. Live look at Nacogdoches. Man, I love love those trees. Got some haze out there as well. We are pretty humid at the surface. Upper 60s to low 70s is our temperatures across the area, and we are going to watch as the temperatures make their way up into the upper 80s to low 90s with those showers and thunderstorms beginning to ramp up ahead of that cold front. East Texas State Fair should be in pretty good shape by tonight. All the rain should be out of the picture by this evening. Saturday, I think, will be pretty good as well. Partly cloudy skies, only a 20% chance of rain there. And then rain chances ramp up again for Sunday, Monday, and into Tuesday as another cold front makes its way into East Texas. I'll show you what you can expect for that coming up.
Thank you, Joel. Well, the body of fallen Houston Police Senior Officer Alex Roberts is now back in Houston. He died in a wreck earlier this week in Anderson County. Roberts was providing a motorcycle escort at the time. The 15-year veteran of the force is being remembered for his service and dedication. Now, video seen here is showing his escort as he was brought to a Houston area funeral home late last night. Right now, funeral arrangements are still being finalized. An East Texas man convicted of killing a local pastor will stay behind bars. An appeals court has upheld the capital murder conviction of Mitrez Wooland, who's serving life without parole for the 2021 shooting of Starville Methodist Church pastor Mark McWilliams. Wooland was found hiding inside the church and shot the pastor with his own gun after a struggle. Now, he challenged his conviction on 5 grounds, including self-defense and lack of evidence, but the court denied all of them, affirming his life sentence. And the widow of conservative activist Charlie Kirk is taking over the organization that her husband helped to establish. Erica Kirk was officially named as CEO of Turning Point USA by the group's board. Now, in a post on social media yesterday, the board said the organization will carry on and not surrender to evil. Kirk was fatally shot during an open-air event on the campus of Utah Valley University on September 10th. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson is charged in his killing. Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA in 2012. The group is credited with energizing the youth vote in Donald Trump's 2024 presidential election victory. And the Senate has approved a resolution to declare October 14th a National Day of Remembrance for Kirk. It was also serve as a day for national condemnation of all political violence. The House is set to review that resolution today. And we want to let you know that this Sunday we will be live here on CBS 19 Plus, streaming coverage of the Charlie Kirk Memorial Service. We'll have context and perspective from our local journalists and community voices on the ground in Phoenix. You can watch that streaming coverage from the memorial starting at noon. It's 7:05 and time for your morning headlines. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr says it may also be worthwhile for his agency to target The View, another ABC program. Now, this comes after Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the air for his remarks on his show after the death of Charlie Kirk. Carr says the FCC's equal opportunity rule requires stations to grant political candidates the same amount of airtime. However, most talk shows and late night programs are exempt under the agency's bona fide news classification. Carr questions whether The View should continue to qualify for that exemption. Now, if the show is stripped of that privilege, it would be forced to change its format. Amazon announced it'll raise its hourly pay for employees. The company increased its average hourly pay to $23 an hour. That's now over $30 an hour when benefits are included. Employees are also getting dozens of perks, such as free Prime memberships and prepaid tuition programs. Last year, hundreds of warehouse workers went on strike demanding higher wages. And Apple fans, you don't have to wait anymore. The iPhone 17 officially hitting stores today. Apple's latest model promises faster performance, an improved battery life, and new camera features. The company also says it's the thinnest iPhone ever. I can't wait to see what that actually looks like in person. Shoppers can find the devices in Apple stores, online, and at authorized retailers. And Apple says stock could move fast, so early buyers won't want to wait. The base model, though, is going to set you back $800. And an artist, Bad Bunny that is, recently wrapped up a legendary 30-concert residency in Puerto Rico that boosted the island's economy by hundreds of millions of dollars. For his final act, he added a bonus show this Saturday, September 20th, that will be live streamed for anyone to watch, unlike his other concerts. After that, he is set to kick off his world tour in November. The tour is stopping in Latin America, Europe, Asia, and Oceania, but not the U.S. He says the reason why is the current immigration crackdown. He explained in an interview that he will not stop in the U.S. this time around out of fear that ICE would raid venues. Stanley's famous pit barbecue is once again giving back to the community. Earlier this month, you may recall Stanley's hosted a special fundraiser for the Tyler Type 1 Foundation, an organization that supports East Texans living with type 1 diabetes. And this week, the foundation accepted the donation that will help further their mission.
We were really grateful that they did this give back event for us for two reasons. One, of course, we need the funding to serve our local type 1 community, but it's also great for us to have exposure in the community. We were able to come in and set up our signs that raise awareness about type 1 and about our programs.
Now, to learn more about the Tyler Type 1 Foundation and how you can help, just visit their Facebook page. And if you'd like to partner with Stanley's for your own fundraising event, just visit their website. Well, saddle up, East Texas. History is about to be made just hours from now. For the first time ever, the East Texas State Fair is bringing in the PRCA, I can say it, sanctioned rodeo, and the buzz is building fast. Just a couple hours away from that East Texas State Fair first rodeo ever, bringing cowboys, cowgirls, and fans together for this milestone event. The idea actually came from East Texas State Fair CEO Cody Rosenbaum. And the timing couldn't be better. 2,500 fans will pack the arena for a significant event as professional cowboys close out their season points for the National Finals Rodeo. Smith County Judge Neil Franklin says the rodeo is the main event this year, and he also expects the economic impact to surpass $12 million compared to years prior.
They can expect the same thing that they always do from the fair. There are going to be rides, vendors. There's the same great food that we always have. There will be music, entertainment, that kind of thing. But this year, the rodeo, and that's really the spotlight.
You can feel the excitement, right? The East Texas State Fair Rodeo starts tonight. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. and the action kicks off at 7:30 p.m. You won't want to miss it. Also happening tonight, You know, high school football action. We've got a full agenda on our Under the Lights show. This week's Game of the Week takes us down to Carthage as they aim to stay firmly placed on top the Fab 15 rankings against the undefeated red-hot Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Chapel Hill has wanted their shot at these champs all year long. They're going to get it. They feel this year's different than others and that they can get a victory over the reigning champs as they come off a bye week. Our Under the Lights kickoff show is headed to Troop. We knew those Tigers were going to be good, but man, they looked unstoppable, right, in the first 3 games, and they're looking to stay that way against a Rusk team that's under new leadership. Troop didn't give up a single point in week 3. We'll see if they can keep that streak going tonight. Catch us at 6:30 for the Under the Lights kickoff show, and of course, come on back from 10 to 11 for the highlights from throughout Beast, Texas. But we've got another one to tell you about. We'll be at the soaring Lindale Eagles, and they're flying down to Gilmer. This one's real interesting because it's starting to look more and more like it's a must-win game for those Gilmer Buckeyes who are coming off back-to-back losses. If they want to prove that they are still contenders in East Texas this year, they have to come out and beat an Eagles team that is on the come up. All right, y'all, it is time for today's question of the day. Who is one person from history that you would like to meet?
Ooh.
I have a lot of people I want to meet. I don't know about in history that I've really thought of until today. So thank you for that question.
I think right off the bat, I want to meet Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be really interesting.
I think that'd be really cool.
My first thought was Jesus. I would like to meet Jesus.
Oh,
yeah.
me too. Absolutely.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be pretty
and
cool.
And then for me, I mean, it's part of my history, so I guess it's part of history. I would like to meet, you know, some of like the great-grandparents that I never knew. I never knew my dad's dad, so I think that would be special to meet the man who made the man, right?
Right,
You know?
yeah, go back to like your ancestors. That'd be really, really cool. Another thing I was thinking about was like maybe past actors that have died.
Yes.
Like John Candy. Would have loved to have met him for sure.
Yeah, you kind of want to feel like, especially those ones that passed away a little earlier, what they would have done differently or what they didn't accomplish that they wanted to accomplish.
What would life look like?
All the great roles that you expected them to be in, like Elvis, you know?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it would be very, very different for sure.
Go over to our Facebook page. We've got that question up right now. We want to hear from you. Who is the person you want to meet from history, and tell us why?
Yes, for sure. It's pretty interesting. I can't wait to see. All right, taking a look at our traffic this morning, we are showing you the live cameras provided by TxDOT where a wreck is causing a major delay heading to Dallas. There is a backup specifically in Kaufman County at the intersection of I-20 at County Road 130 and before Farm to Market Road 420. If you are planning to head that way, you may want to take an alternate route for sure. So as we look at our I-20 report this morning, there's going to be a little bit of a delay there. We do have a 2-hour and 10-minute drive over to Dallas this morning and about a 90-minute commute to Shreveport as we head eastbound to Shreveport. And as we look at US 69, we've got 2.5 hours to get to Denison and about an hour and 30 minutes to get to Lufkin. CBS19 live radar is a nice clean sweep across the area. We do have some showers and thunderstorms over just to the northwest ahead of a cold front that will be making its way further to the south. That will spark some showers and thunderstorms mainly along and north of I-20 for this afternoon. And then once it makes its way further to the south, we'll start to see things start to kind of die away. So by the time football starts, we should be in pretty good shape. It should be a very dry forecast going forward from there. So commute forecast, all green for this morning, yellow lights for 4 and 5. We do expect those showers and thunderstorms to kind of linger within that time frame, but by 6 o'clock and onward, we should be all dry and all clear from any rain. We'll have highs, again, a little bit cooler in the upper 80s with that chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms.
All right, thank you, Joel. Jacksonville's manufacturing scene is getting a big boost. TubeFab, a copper tube fabricator, announced plans to build a new $30 million facility here, and it is expected to bring at least 40 new jobs to town. The new plant will be located in Norman Industrial Park, and city leaders say it is a huge win for Jacksonville. The city is offering up a $650,000 in performance incentives to support this project. TubeFab also plans to maintain its current operations in Jacksonville. Shane Pace with the Jacksonville Economic Development Corporation says the city's strong workforce and business-friendly environment made the difference.
We're open for business. We're a small town, so we have the ability to move much more quickly than a lot of our larger competitor cities do. What we've seen with these recent construction projects is that time is money, and they're making these decisions in real time, and they need to move quickly. And that's something that we can do. We have the workforce, we have available land that's shovel ready.
Construction is expected to wrap up within 18 months with new opportunities for families and a boost to the local economy already on the horizon. Pace also revealed the city is under contract for another manufacturing facility, a 150,000 square foot plant set to break ground soon in that same industrial park. Well, spooky season is creeping into stores, but the real fright might be the price tags you see. Tariffs are scaring up prices for Halloween goods this year on everything from candy to those costumes the kids will be wearing. The National Retail Federation expects Halloween spending to hit a record $13.1 billion this year, breaking the previous record of $12.2 billion. A North Texas costume shop owner says tariffs are creating headaches, though, not only for him, but for his customers as well.
Most of the costumes are made overseas, and through the different manufacturers, the tariffs have ranged anywhere from 5% to 19%. There's been not a steady one. Even though there was a surcharge at the bottom of an invoice of $300, $500, $700 sometimes, I kind of ignored it this year and just tried to price like normal because, people only have so much money to spend.
The latest consumer price index shows candy is up more than 8%, and experts say that bump could creep up to 10% as we get closer to Halloween. Well, after the Federal Reserve cut interest rates, you might expect mortgage rates to tumble too. But it's just not that simple. Mortgage rates don't move in lockstep with the Fed, and there's a lot more at play. Let's connect the dots.
America is splitting into two economies, one for the wealthy and a very different one for everyone else. Let's connect the dots. High earners are doing well. Their homes and stock portfolios have jumped in value. By contrast, low income and younger people are falling behind. Wages for the bottom third rose just 0.9% in August, the weakest in nearly a decade. Spending follows that gap. Affluent Americans are still buying, especially luxury goods and high-end travel. But many lower-income households are cutting back. Younger workers and black workers are hit hardest. Unemployment among these groups is rising. For many, homeownership is out of reach. Down payments and rising costs make it harder. This isn't just about income, it's also about opportunity. The divide is growing again after a short period where low-wage workers started catching up. And that's connecting the dots.
That was super helpful. Well, a familiar face in Kids TV will be joining us later in the show. We're going to catch up with Miranda Cosgrove on her hit CBS show, plus learn more about her new movie based in an East Texas town. And he's a standout running back, making history on the field. We introduce you to our Player of the Week. That's coming up next in sports.
CBS19 Sports Report, sponsored by Sports and Social at Live Casino and Hotel Louisiana. Hello and welcome to Sports. I'm Jimmy Searfoss. We're glad you're with us. It's Friday, and here on CBS19, we're not making you buy any subscription to see some Thursday night football. So I got it for you right here. How about Hawkins? Look at that student section getting rowdy on a Thursday night. It's Elysian Fields. They're going to strike first, though. Yellow Jackets go for it on fourth down. Brandon Kennedy bobbing, weaving into the end zone. That's 6 for him. Down 7-0. Hawks punch right back. Eli Smith looks for his buddy Eli Snyder. What a catch, and the Hawks are in the red zone. Looking for a house call here. Smith eyes a sideline again. Pump fake. He's going to take it for himself. In there for the Tutty Hawks and Yellow Jackets trading QB scoring scrambles. Looking out for the Hawks, though. Go for 2. Trevin Tanner slides into the end zone. Put his team up 8-7. Elysian Fields marching down the field, but Brandon Gibbons pokes the ball loose, recovers it on the other direction. Gibbons, here he is again with the snap. Check out the footwork on this man. He's all legs, and they're high-stepping downfield before getting pushed out of bounds. So the quarterback, Smith, he's going to take this one for the second time tonight, spinning his way into the end zone. Hawkins jumps out front 14-7 early in the second quarter. Wouldn't stay that way, though. Elysian Fields was just left off of that East Texas Fab 15. I had them in my top schools, but I expect them to be up there with everyone else next week. They take this one 39-14. Check out the sweet lids for the Wascom Wildcats. We are going to go to this game. They're already up 7-0. Lions trying to make something happen. Bryson Porter rolling out, but Joe Irving introduces himself to him for the sack. Short punt later. It's going to put the Wildcats in business. They're going to go through the air. Chris Hernandez with a beauty rainbow pass to Davian Buffin. Touchdown Wildcats 14-0. Check out the smooth handshake between them and put the helmet on. Put the helmet on. How about that from Jackson Hicks? Nice little handshake there. And the second, Wascom on the move again, but Hernandez, that's some trouble. Ball is not supposed to go on the ground like that. Caden Poland falls on it. Union Grove is going to take over here, and they'd make him pay on the short field. Red zone action. Porter to Carter Cooper over the middle on the slant. Falls into the pay dirt. Cuts the lead in half 14-7. Wascom, they got to respond, and they're going to after the cheerleaders say hello. There it is. Well, they're going to respond. Hernandez drops the ball again, bounces it up. That's a double dribble in some people's book. He's going to go into the end zone after saying, excuse me, follow me. Stutter step, touchdown, just how they drew it up. Wascom ends up taking this one big time, 54-21. Wascom hanging around that top 15. Dropped the first game, crawling their way back up after.
CBS 19 Sports Player of the Week, sponsored by East Texas Professional Credit Union.
You know, any of those teams would have loved to have this guy on their team. Tyler High running back Kadarius McMiller had a day unlike any other running back in the history of Tyler High High School last Friday. And if you know anything about that, the school, the program, the legacy, it's really saying a thing or two.
Kadarius McMiller's teammates know him as KND, Kid Next Door. And if he truly is, then they must be living next to a football field, because this guy lives in the end zone. In week 3, he lined up and scored 5 touchdowns in the first half. Then coaches told him he's 1 away from the single game touchdown record. So he played 1 play in the second half, and that's all it took.
Man, I go into every game like that. I just had to work.
And that work has taken him to the stars. 4 of them, to be exact, to go along with his 20 Division I offers. But he's just missing the one that he's always wanted.
That Texas Longhorn, you got on their map a little bit more?
Hopefully.
And he's got a lot more time to do it. He's a junior on a team playing some of the top talent in the state. But he's trying to be a junior winning against that top talent, too.
It was good to see him have success. We enjoy everybody having a part of that success. Man, he can really run, and he showed that.
And he's not afraid to break just 1 record on the way to the top.
Just trying to break more records, man. Got to keep working.
All right, he'll be in action tonight. That's all I got for you. See you later. Morning, y'all.
All right. Thank you so much, Jimmy. We're going to step away for just a moment to get to our over-the-air broadcast with a news update. We'll be right back with more here on CBS 19 Plus. morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. An East Texas man convicted of killing a local pastor will stay behind bars. An appeals court has upheld the capital murder conviction of Mitrez Woolen, who's serving life without parole for the 2021 shooting of Starville Methodist Church pastor Mark McWilliams. Woolen was found hiding inside the church and shot the pastor with his own gun after a struggle. He challenged his conviction on 5 grounds, including self-defense and lack of evidence, but the court denied all of them, affirming his life sentence. The body of fallen HPD senior officer Alex Roberts is back in Houston. A police escort brought him to Boyd Funeral Home and Acres Homes overnight. Roberts was killed in the line of duty Wednesday while providing a motorcycle escort in Anderson County. The 15-year veteran of the force is being remembered for his service and dedication. Right now, funeral arrangements are still being finalized. Well, one East Texas teen was accused of breaking in, vandalizing, and stealing tools from a historic church in Palestine. But now, thanks to a mother's tough love and a community's compassion, it sparked change. First Baptist Church sits in the heart of Palestine, once a place of worship, now left in ruins, overtaken by graffiti and the unhoused as well. And that's where revitalized PTX steps in, determined to bring new purpose to old spaces. But this summer, the story took a turn. In July, the group posted on Facebook 2 teens had broken in, vandalized the space, and stolen tools. With the help from the community, one of the boys' moms came forward, pushing her son to own up and make it right.
I want him to have a good life. I don't want him to have the life that I had. I don't want him to have the same struggles. It's a heartbreaking thing, and it's hard to come back from.
That showed a level of recognizing, that she may have had a second chance in her own life, and maybe this is her son's opportunity.
Now Cameron is rebuilding both the church and himself, scrubbing graffiti, hauling trash, working with the very people he once wronged. All right, let's get over to Joel now. We're headed under the lights later tonight. How's it looking?
So far, we are looking fantastic, and into this evening, we are going to be just partly cloudy. All the rain is mainly going to be occurring before game time, so we're expecting dry conditions all the way through Troop, Carthage, Gilmer, starting things off in the low to mid 80s, and it just gets better. We got temperatures falling into the upper 70s and remaining partly cloudy overhead. Here's what it looks like in your future skycast. So we are watching a cold front to move in, triggering some showers and thunderstorms mainly along and north of I-20, and as it continues to move to the south, we'll start to see it disappear, and we'll be in pretty good shape as we head into game time. And then for your Saturday, we are looking to be pretty clear overhead, at least clear from any rain. We'll have a little bit of cloud cover that we'll be watching for through your day on Saturday, but otherwise it's a pretty dry forecast. More moisture comes in from the south as we go into Sunday. Otherwise, it's a pretty dry forecast for the rest of the evening. Your 7-day forecast shows that rain chances will start to increase again by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with an addition of another cold front, which will also bring our temperatures down to the low 80s.
Welcome back to Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. This is what's coming up in our second half hour. He thought a place of worship was safe until another pastor stole it. Still ahead, how a Dallas pastor's fight for justice changed Texas law and what's being done to protect your property.
Look at this picture of a cheesecake. You just did science.
It's just that simple. I didn't know. Miranda Cosgrove is stopping by CBS 19 to explain that and more to us. The iCarly and Despicable Me star is talking about the brand new season of CBS's Mission Unstoppable, inspiring young women in STEM, and her upcoming Netflix movie set right here in Paris, Texas. That's coming up in about 30 minutes.
And you'll want to keep those umbrellas around because a shower and thunderstorm chance exists for this afternoon ahead of a cold front. We'll go over the timing and the details for the rest of the weekend coming up in your forecast ahead on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Together, we're putting East Texas first. You're watching Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus.
Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Jesus Martinez has the morning off. So glad you're joining us on CBS 19 Plus. We do have some breaking news that we're following this morning. Emergency crews are on the scene of a crash between a school bus and an 18-wheeler that happened this morning. Now, we have our crew headed to the scene right now. That's what you're looking at. Officials say the crash happened in the 21,000 block of Highway 271. That's in the Gladewater area. Smith County Emergency Services District Number 2 confirmed the crash appears to be minor. So that's the good news here. Again, CBS 19, our on-scene unit headed to that scene right now. We'll update you as more information becomes available. 7:34 right now. The president of Texas A&M University is stepping down. His resignation follows protest over a lecturer teaching gender identity in a children's literature class. That lecturer was later let go, sparking widespread controversy. Now, his term as president officially ends at 5 p.m., and he served as A&M's president for 2 years. An interim president is expected to be named soon. Well, this week, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed several of his top priorities from the special legislative session into law. Among them was House Bill 8. It will replace the STAR test with 3 different tests that students will take at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. Now, the state will only make the end of the year test mandatory. The governor also signed House Bill 25 that makes ivermectin available behind pharmacy counters in Texas, an effort East Texas Representative Joanne Schaffner brought to the table. Ivermectin is an anti-parasitic drug. Some people use it to treat COVID, even though that method is not FDA approved. A new law will take effect protecting Texas property owners from fraud. An investigation uncovered cases of homes, even churches, being stolen, and their work helped spur this change. But Tanya Iser reports the reform comes too late for one congregation.
It used to be covered up.
For Pastor Corey Maxey, it wasn't just about fraud on paper. It was about losing a place of worship.
I didn't understand how the law did not help us out when we had documentations of who I am and all of that.
And the fraud done by someone who called himself a pastor.
When we called police out, police told us that we had a civil situation.
In 2017, Pastor Whitney Foster transferred the West Dallas Church from Whitney's congregation.
It scattered my congregation, and so it kind of broke us up.
It's cases like these, featured in WFA's Dirty Deeds series since 2019, that showed the need for a new law taking effect in January.
In the past, law enforcement thought this was purely civil.
District Attorney John Creuzot.
What we've done is rearranged all of these statutes and made it much more clear that it's a criminal case, easier to prosecute, easier to get restitution, easier to make a person whole.
The law creates a new crime called real property theft with stiffer penalties. It requires judges to include addresses and legal descriptions in sentencing orders and gives the state new tools to pursue restitution on behalf of victims. And for the first time, all county clerks must check photo ID when someone files a deed in person.
I am glad that there's something like that now, so that way it can help prevent further deed theft, because there are a lot of people out here that are just taking advantage of people.
Maxey testified at Foster's trial last year.
What was done in the dark had finally came to the light.
Foster's now serving a 35-year prison sentence for stealing 3 churches. Today, with new homes going up all around, Maxey's former church sits on prime land. Do you want this building back?
I mean, hey, if I can get it back, we can still do great things, even in the mess that it's in. I believe that God can do anything.
And Maxie has started a new congregation. He just doesn't have a building. In Dallas, I'm Tanya Iser.
Well, this morning we're getting a better idea of how Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice's legal punishment will play out for his role in a high-speed crash in Dallas last year. Earlier this year, a Dallas County judge sentenced him to 5 years of deferred probation and 30 days in jail. Now, this week, the Dallas County District Attorney's Office confirmed that a judge is giving Rice the ability to choose when he serves the time. Rice can split the 30 days into separate stints, but the judge has to approve it. Rice has also agreed to pay more than $1 million in a settlement with those crash victims. We're learning new details about a deadly police ambush in York County, Pennsylvania that happened earlier this week. Investigators identified the shooter as 24-year-old Matthew Ruth. 3 officers were shot and killed Wednesday while trying to serve him a warrant after a domestic situation the day before. The district attorney described how the gunman laid in wait.
The door was opened, and upon immediately opening the door, the actor repeatedly fired at the officers with multiple rounds from an AR-15 styled rifle with a suppressor.
2 other detectives were also hurt. Officers returned fire, killing Ruth. As the community grieves, mental health experts are urging Americans to lean on one another and stay connected and take care of themselves during difficult times. Support systems and healthy routines can help people cope with the emotional and physical impacts of trauma. Here's Kyle Ennis from our sister station in Pennsylvania.
As York County grieves the death of 3 police officers, the community is once again processing a tragedy.
There's no one way that the trauma is going to affect everybody, and so everyone is going to have a unique experience.
This is the second time in 2025 that police were killed by gunfire.
Both emotional and physical symptoms shortly after a traumatic event, and it's important for us to think about how we prepare for that and when we decide it's time for us to reach out for help.
The National Fraternal Order of Police works to support the mental health of those in the line of duty.
Put an arm around somebody's shoulder, let them know that we're there to help, and kind of walk with them through this process.
Officers are advised to lean on each other and stay consistent.
Try to stay in their normal routine. We like to tell people to continue to exercise if that's something that they do, continue to eat healthy, abstain from alcohol.
WellSpan health officials say people should not isolate themselves.
I think it's important for us as a community to get even closer together, be more compassionate for each other in this time when we need more support from each other, love each other, help each other, even more than we have in the past.
Kyle Ennis.
All right, it's 7:40. We're switching gears now for some trending stories, what people are talking about today. Alaska's biggest brown bears are back for Fat Bear Week.
Fat Bear Week, huh?
I didn't even know this was a thing, but it is. The online contest where fans vote for the chubbiest champ in Katmai National Park each fall. Bears pack on the pounds by feasting on salmon. I did that last night to prepare for winter. This year's salmon run was especially strong, making for some seriously hefty contestants. But it's not just about having the biggest bear belly. It is also a battle to name the toughest survivor.
Oh man, every time I look at bears, I think of the movie Brother Bear. Did you ever see that movie?
Probably.
It was a Disney movie from back in 2003.
I'm trying to watch him eat the salmon. I ate mine a little bit different. It was cooked.
It was cooked.
That was not so cooked.
Yeah, more like alive. Oh goodness.
Oh goodness.
But wow, that's awesome. Fat Bear Week.
All right, let's listen to this. That's Madonna, and she's releasing a brand new dance album. in 2026, her first in 7 years. The Queen of Pop has also re-signed with Warner Records nearly 2 decades. After leaving that label, launched her career in the early 1980s. Madonna says she's happy to be reunited with Warner, promising to keep making music that surprises and sparks conversation. That's one thing she has always done. Warner executives call it a historic full circle moment, saying Madonna remains the blueprint for global pop stardom. The new album is not yet titled. It is like my middle school years for Madonna.
Oh yeah, the 80s, absolutely.
I was trying to think like my favorite songs. I had to look them up because, you know, I just couldn't remember. I loved Vogue. That was in the 90s.
Okay.
But also like Holiday, Material Girl, Dress You Up.
I almost forgot about that one, Material Girl.
La Isla Bonita. I loved them all. They were all good. She has a lot of albums too. Some of them I can't say on television, but they're good to listen to.
There you go.
All right, check this out. A Texas middle schooler just bagged a hunting story for the ages. Jocelyn Roberts, look at her, was out with her dad and older brother on a private ranch about 70 miles northeast of Houston when she captured an 8.5-foot, 350-pound alligator. They used raw chicken for bait and didn't have to wait long. She says they spotted around 40 gators in the area, and she called the whole experience crazy.
I'll say.
Do you know where I would have been for that experience?
Not there.
Gone.
God, exactly. Alligators are really scary to me, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So just seeing that mouth open is just like terrifying.
Yeah.
Right?
She's a tough cookie.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good,
I wouldn't
good on
have
you.
had any cookies on me when I was doing that business.
Yeah, no cookies there for me either.
Well, if you're getting ready to head out today, lots of excitement as you head outdoors. But also, if you just want to go for a stroll or get some exercise, not too bad.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice weather to go out for maybe a morning bike ride or a morning run or whatever you want to do this morning. It's going to be pretty comfortable out there. It might be a little bit on the humid side, but giving you green bikes, clip in and go all the way through 11 a.m. And then by the time we get to noon and onward, we are going to watch for a stray shower or thunderstorm to pop up ahead of a cold front. It's mainly going to be along and north of I-20. It should not affect game times, though. We got temperatures in the low to mid 80s, eventually falling to the upper 70s as the game times, or the games I should say, wear on into the rest of tonight. We'll see partly cloudy skies, and yes, we should be pretty rain-free into tonight. We're watching again this cold front up to the northwest. Got this area of showers and thunderstorms moving through southeast Oklahoma this morning. That will make its way further to the south, at least the cold front part will. And so we'll see some showers and thunderstorms scattered across East Texas, mainly again along and north of I-20. So we will keep you updated on that. Little update on Tropical Storm Gabrielle. Got 50-mile-per-hour winds there. It is expected to stay a tropical storm at least for the first half of the weekend. Then the second half, once it gets out of this area of wind shear here, we will have that potential for it to move up to a Category 1, maybe even Category 2. But good news, it is not expected to hit the United States, but we will keep you updated on the tropics as we head into the rest of the season. We'll also go over the rest of your forecast details here in East Texas coming up.
Speaking of the tropics, the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season has passed with no storms making a U.S. landfall yet. Right now, Tropical Storm Gabrielle is churning, but it's not expected to make impact. And the U.S. experts say this is uncommon but not unheard of. Lee Waldman has that story.
We're predicting an above average season once again, 2025 above average.
Despite that ominous warning ahead of the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, the United States has avoided landfall from a hurricane so far.
Overall, the activity is at this point lagging sort of climatology a little bit by a couple of named storms and 2 or 3 hurricanes.
Earlier this week, Tropical Storm Gabrielle formed in the central Atlantic Ocean, ending an unusual nearly 3-week stretch with no storms during the peak of hurricane season. It's been a quiet September so far, but director of the National Hurricane Center, Michael Brennan, says we shouldn't let our guard down just yet.
As we get into late September and that focus for activity really does shift farther west, closer to home, which can mean if we have storms form in those areas, they're much more likely to affect land.
Brennan says storms can also form and strengthen in a very short period of time. He reminds people to look at last year as an example with Hurricanes Helene and Milton. Those storms made landfall in late September and early October, respectively.
We had a lot of these similar discussions in 2024. There was a very quiet period in August into early September. And then we got really, really busy and late in the season.
The Atlantic hurricane season ends in November. Brennan urges people to stay alert.
If you have another storm form nearby and make landfall within 3 or 4 days, you don't have a lot of time to get ready. And that's why it's so important to have that hurricane plan in place now.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
Well, the cow wasn't ready to be dinner. Still ahead, watch how Moo Tilda escaped an Arizona slaughterhouse and how that went viral and got a second chance. And actress, host, and producer Miranda Cosgrove joins us live on CBS 19 Plus. Stay right there. We'll be right back. All right, the stakes were a little too high for a cow in Arizona who escaped the slaughterhouse by making a run for it. Social media video of 4-year-old Moo Tilda immediately stole hearts and led her to a second chance. Cameron Palome has more.
Giddy as a child,
welcome to the sanctuary.
Amy Takaha is eager to show Nancy Stiff the power of community spirit.
I'm so excited.
Just 3 weeks ago, Moo Tilda, as she's now known,
She's all nice and chunky. Where are you going?
captured the community's heart when video of the cow galloping down the street popped up on social media.
I saw a video clip of an extraordinary cow, scared out of her wits, running down the street. She had escaped a slaughterhouse. Look at the brave girl.
Amy is the founder of Amy's Farm Animal Sanctuary in Santan Valley, a 4-acre property where cast-out barn animals are given a second chance.
I take a lot that are born different, maybe missing a limb and they need a prosthetic, or maybe they have some kind of deformity and aren't wanted. Here, their differences are celebrated. Hi, Willow.
From blind goats to hens that no longer lay eggs, her sanctuary is filled with stories of survival.
When I first saw the video, I said, I can take her here.
But saving Moo Tilda came with a price, $2,500 and just 24 hours to come up with it. That's when Amy turned to her online community, pleading with them to unite and set her free.
Just the video alone was enough to break my heart, and I knew I got to help her.
More than 60 donors like Nancy and Susan Lombardi quickly opened their wallets.
That was a no-brainer for me when I saw that cow escape slaughter. Come on, running trying to be free. I mean, that cow had a will to live.
She was given 24 hours to raise the money. It took half that.
I said, I have the funds. Don't you dare slaughter her tomorrow. You bring her here.
Today, the cow who once ran for her life is finally running free. From frightened fugitive to frolicking favorite, it's clearly good to be home.
We made it happen. We saved a life. She's not my cow. She's our cow. She's the community cow.
The community cow.
I
You gotta love that. Her
Yeah,
animals look gorgeous. They're all like pristine and shiny, and
Yeah, very well taken care of, for
She
sure.
loves them, for
Yeah,
sure.
He really said, move over, I'm getting out of here.
He did,
A lot of
absolutely.
mood jokes, I love it.
well, we're so excited about the weekend
Oh,
and
yeah.
going under the lights tonight. And I mean, if you need something to do, you just need to be in East Texas this weekend.
Right, yeah, there's a ton to do, and the weather for this evening looks fantastic. The rain will be moving in for the first half of the day, then fizzle out for the second half. Take a look at the next few hours here. So by the time we get to noon here, we'll be up to about the 86-degree mark. Those showers and thunderstorms are starting to trigger ahead of that cold front, but then the rain chances start to dwindle as we get to 3, 4, 5, and into this evening as the games start to kick off. So that's some really good news there. This is what it looks like on your future skycast. So again, that cold front moves in, scattered showers and thunderstorms likely along and north of I-20. Once we get to sunset and the cold front moves in a little bit closer, we'll start to see those showers and thunderstorms fade away, and we'll be pretty dry into the overnight and through your day on Saturday as well. Only thing that we're going to be watching for mainly is just some cloud cover, maybe a couple of pop-ups, but it's a pretty dry forecast as we head into the rest of your Saturday. And then Sunday, we do have some moisture coming in from the south, from the Gulf, so that will trigger in some showers and thunderstorms very, very briefly for Sunday afternoon. But again, once we lose that surface heating from the day, it'll really start to fall apart there. So we should be pretty dry for at least the second half of your Sunday if you have any plans then. Rainfall potential, again, along and north of I-20 will be the highest chance for rain. And those of us that do see rain, a lot of us may be picking up trace amounts to even up to 3/4 of an inch in some locations that do see those heavier downpours. But other than that, it's a pretty dry and tame forecast going forward here. Tomorrow, mainly just cloud cover that we're going to be dealing with. We'll see highs a little bit warmer than today in the low to mid 90s. And as we head into the next 7 days, we're watching for our next chance of rain after today to be on Sunday. That's going to be during the afternoon. Those are those showers and thunderstorms that are going to be building in from the south. And then we got another cold front coming in by the time we get to Tuesday. Isolated thunderstorms for your first day of fall, and then scattered for Tuesday. And then the cold front finally moves through. And we got temperatures dropping to the low to mid 80s with lower humidity. So we'll definitely feel a little bit more like fall next week.
Oh, I'm ready for fall. Are you ready for our question of the day?
I think so.
Who is the one person from history you would like to meet? Any meteorologists from the past?
Oh, yeah.
Or scientist? I feel like that's kind of up your alley.
Oh, man. Are you familiar with Dave Schwartz?
No.
He was on the Weather Channel for a long
Okay.
time, but I think he passed away back in 2016, 2017, around that time frame. He was just great on his delivery, super just casual, just felt like you were having a conversation with the guy.
I think maybe I would also like to meet Barbara Walters. She was like so trailblazing for women in television. So
Oh, yeah.
that would
Very-
definitely be a good one
That's
to meet.
iconic for sure.
All right, go over, tell us who you want to meet. It's our question of the day, and we're going to be right back. We've got to step away for a moment to do our over-the-air broadcast with a news update for you. Stick with us. We'll be right back with more CBS 19 Plus. Good morning, y'all. I'm Dana Dixon. Thanks for being with us for this news update. A robbery turned deadly, and it's a case that has shaken the Shelby County community. This morning, 3 of the suspects are behind bars, but a 4th is still on the run. 35-year-old Jamaica Phillips was shot and killed inside his own home early Saturday morning. Investigators say the shooter fired from outside after removing an air conditioner from a bedroom window. 19-year-old Colby Eli Lister, 17-year-old Deterion Alexander, and 20-year-old Rico Roselle, all of Lufkin, have been arrested for murder. Surveillance video led deputies to those 4 suspects, all linked to gang activity in neighboring Angelina County. A handyman in Troop is accused of stealing from the very home he was hired to help. The deputies say 53-year-old Christopher McDowell swiped thousands of dollars worth of jewelry from an elderly woman while doing work inside her home. He was arrested Wednesday night, and investigators say they've recovered most of the stolen items. Saddle up East Texas history is about to be made for the first time ever. The East Texas State Fair is bringing in a PRCA sanctioned rodeo, and the buzz is building. We're just hours away from the East Texas State Fair's first ever rodeo, bringing cowboys, cowgirls, and fans all together for this milestone event. The idea came from East Texas State Fair CEO Cody Rosenbaum, and the timing couldn't be better. 2,500 fans will pack the arena for a significant event as professional cowboys close out points for the season for the National Finals Rodeo. Smith County Judge Neil Franklin says the rodeo is the main event this year, and he also expects an economic impact to surpass $12 million compared to years prior.
They can expect the same thing that they always do from the fair. There are going to be rides, vendors. There's the same great food that we always have. There will be music, entertainment, that kind of thing. But this year, the rodeo, and that's really the spotlight.
The East Texas State Fair Rodeo starts tonight. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. and the action kicks off at 7:30. You won't want to miss it. Fair also kicking off today. Let's see how the weather is looking for all that.
Oh, it's going to be great. Lots going on around these parts, that's for sure. We should be in pretty good shape by this evening. Got some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible during the first half, but the second half should be all dry. Even Saturday looks pretty good. We got 91 degrees and mostly just partly cloudy skies. And Sunday, we do have a chance for an occasional pop-up shower coming in from the south, and rain chances will increase as we head into, especially going into Tuesday. We have another cold front that we're going to be watching for into the middle of next week. Future Skycast showing that shower and thunderstorm activity over parts of the northern parts of the area ahead of that cold front, and then we'll start to see that start to disappear for this evening. Should be pretty good for both the East Texas State Fair and, of course, Friday Night Football. And then as we move into Saturday, things should be pretty clear as far as rain goes, and we're going to be pretty dry for the most part as we head into Saturday and into Sunday. Or 7-day forecast showing a cool down next week.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing wonderful. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. So excited.
We're really excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Welcome back. She grew up on our screens, well, maybe our kids' screens, and now Miranda Cosgrove is inspiring a new generation with a real-life mission to spotlight trailblazing women in science and technology. The hit CBS show Mission Unstoppable is back for a new season, and this time it even shines a spotlight right here in Texas. Joining us this morning to talk about it is actress, producer, and advocate for women in STEM, Miranda Cosgrove, and she is also joined by Nicole Smalls. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
We're so excited to talk about this show, Mission Unstoppable. For folks who haven't seen it yet, tell us what it's all about and what makes this new season so exciting.
Yeah, we're so excited. We're going into our 7th season, which is awesome, and it's just all about women in STEM. We have a bunch of different women in each episode, and it just teaches kids and really everybody about all the awesome different career paths that there are in the STEM universe.
So you're not just the host on this one, Miranda, you're also an executive producer. What drew you personally to a project focused on women in STEM career fields?
I just thought it was so cool because there wasn't a show like this when I was a kid, and I feel like if the show had existed, I probably would have gotten into science even sooner, because getting to be the host of the show and getting to produce it, it's just opened my mind up to so many fun things about science, and it feels really good when little girls come up to me and they say they're watching the show and now they love science and they want to be a part of it. So I thought it was a really cool thing to get to be a part of.
Well, Nicole, we hear there's a Dallas tie-in this season. Can you give us a sneak peek at what viewers can expect from that episode?
Absolutely. We are so excited that as part of our show this year, we're going to be featuring Dallas Trinity, the women's soccer team. There's so much fun science and sports, and the opportunity to show people all the amazing careers that surround making these amazing teams be able to be on the field every day. So we're so excited for everybody in Texas and everybody across the nation to learn more about our new women's soccer team and all of the amazing people that are on the field behind them that allow them to get out and play their best every day.
I know, I think sometimes when people think science, they only think like chemistry, biology, things of that nature, but it goes far beyond that, right? Is that kind of what the show wants to show girls?
Absolutely. I mean, we want to show everybody, right? There's so many amazing careers. If you can see it, you can be it. And so, I mean, just look around you every day. I mean, we're sitting in a TV station right now. We're all probably looking at our phones. Everything that we use every day involves science and technology. And somebody has to build those things. Somebody has to come up with those ideas. And Mission Unstoppable is literally all about showing kids everywhere what all the different amazing jobs might be. Because I think most of the jobs that the kids are going to grow up and see, like, they may not even been invented yet. So we just want them to be super inspired by STEM every day and think it looks really fun to pursue those careers.
Yeah, I think that's what the show does so well. It makes science feel fun and relatable. How important is it to you to reach the young girl audience? I know you said it's for anybody, but sometimes maybe girls don't see themselves in STEM careers, but now because of the show, maybe they do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, back to if you can see it, you can be it, right? So we want little girls and kids everywhere to see somebody on the screen that looks like them, because when you see that, you think, gosh, that looks like me. That means I could go out and do that thing. I could work for the women's soccer team. I could cure cancer one day. There's no reason I can't do those things too.
All right, let's switch gears just a little bit here. Miranda, you're also starring in The Wrong Paris, which is set here in East Texas. It looks like such a fun twist. Can you tell us a bit about the movie and what drew you to that role?
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's on Netflix right now, and my character's name's Dawn, and yeah, she grew up in Texas, and she has a big dream to go to Paris, and she joins a reality show that's kind of like The Bachelor to try to make her dream come true and just make some money, and she ends up actually falling in love. So I love rom-coms, and it's so fun. It's my first time being the lead in a rom-com, and I had the best time.
You know, there is actually an Eiffel Tower in our little Paris town in East Texas.
I know, and it has a cowboy hat on it, right?
Isn't that so cool? I mean,
So
it's a fun, cute little town. What was your favorite thing about doing that role?
It was just fun getting to play a character that's kind of like sassy and mean and not afraid to speak up for herself and say what she wants. And I also just had a great time making the movie because there are 10 other girls my age in the movie, and I became friends with everybody. So it was an awesome experience.
I love that. So that is already airing on Netflix, but when does Mission Unstoppable air here on CBS19?
It's going to start this fall, our season 7, and you can see the previous seasons actually streaming on Paramount Plus, and then you can watch the new season coming up on CBS on Saturday mornings.
That is really exciting. Okay, one last one. Between acting, producing, and all this STEM advocacy, what keeps you inspired, Miranda, and what advice do you have for young women trying to find their own path in this world, whatever that is?
Honestly, being a part of this show, being a part of Mission Unstoppable has inspired me so much over the years. I think it's crazy. You can be a chemist and you can make ice cream, or you can be a chemist and make makeup for a living, or I love cheese. And in this season of the show, we have one of our correspondents, Erica Hernandez, go to the University of Wisconsin to learn just like the science behind making cheese. So I love getting to be a part of this show, and I love that young girls get to watch it and see all the amazing STEM careers that are out there.
I love that. Well, it has been so exciting getting to meet you this morning. My daughter, I grew up watching iCarly with her, and all of our crew here at CBS19, they want to tell you that they love you.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Thanks for having us on.
It was really great to have both of you on. This show is going to be an inspiration for a lot of young women, and I can't wait to see the newest episodes. Thanks so much.
I hope so. Thank you.
All right, that was great. Well, we're going to switch gears now from acting and science to football. Can you believe it? We almost reached the halfway point of the high school football season. Lots of action taking place across East Texas tonight. We've got a preview for you. This week's Game of the Week takes us down to Carthage as they aim to stay firmly placed on top of the Fab 15 rankings against the undefeated red-hot Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Chapel Hill has wanted their shot at the champs all year long and feel this year is different than others, and they can grab a victory over the reigning champs as they come off a bye week. Our Under the Lights kickoff show is headed to Troop. We knew those Tigers were going to be good this year, but they have looked unstoppable, right, in the first 3 games, and they're looking to stay that way against a Rusk team that's under new leadership. Troop didn't give up a single point in week 3. We'll see if they can keep that streak going tonight. Catch us at 6:30 for the Under the Lights kickoff show. And of course, come back from 10 to 11 for the highlights from throughout Beast, Texas. And another one will be at the soaring Lindale Eagles are flying down to Gilmer. This one's real interesting because it's starting to look more and more like a big must-win game for those Gilmer Buckeyes who are coming off back-to-back losses. That doesn't happen often. And if they want to prove they're still contenders in East Texas this year, they have to come and beat the Eagles. That is on the come up. All right, we want to get back to some breaking news that we brought you earlier here on Morning Y'all. An update to that story. A Gladewater ISD school bus was involved in an accident with an 18-wheeler this morning. The district tells us that all the students are safe and they have been checked on. They are on their way back to campuses. Nurses and administrators have been notified and they are ready to assist as needed. And there's a picture from the scene right there. So that's some good news from that breaking news we had earlier. We want to get back over to Joel, who's keeping track of the weather for us. And we love that that rain's going to move out just in time for all the things we need to do tonight.
Absolutely. Things are going to be shaping up to be pretty good. I'm using my STEM skills, by the way, to forecast the weather. So Miranda, keep it up, girl. We are going to be seeing those showers and thunderstorms start to fade away into this evening. Should be in pretty good shape by the time we get to game time. So that's some good news there. We are watching for another dry day as we head into Saturday. A couple of clouds could develop out of the day or during the day, I should say, and then we have a couple of showers that could be possible, but otherwise it's a mostly dry forecast. That is until we get to Sunday afternoon. Winds will shift from the south. We'll start to see some more showers and thunderstorms develop very briefly, but won't last too long into your Sunday. Our next big chance of rain will be on Sunday, and then especially going into Monday and Tuesday. We got another cold front coming in, and those temperatures after that cold front passes will be very fall-like in the low to mid 80s, plus the humidity is going to be a lot lower. So that's something to definitely look forward to, Dana.
That's music to my ears when you say the humidity is going to be better and my hair's not going to be crazy.
Right, it's going to shrink.
You know what today is?
What's today?
It is perfect for you. At least I hope it is.
Oh, okay. What
it's
you got?
Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yarr.
Can you do it?
Arr, SpongeBob, you're spending all me money. That's more like Mr. Krabs, but he sounds like a pirate anyway.
I've been waiting for that all morning. All right, thank you so much for continuing your day here with us on Morning Y'all on CBS 19 Plus. Catch the noon show. Maybe we'll have Pirate Joel back coming up on CBS 19 and on CBS 19 Plus as well. And keep it here for the latest news and weather and everything you know throughout the day. It's looking good right now in Nacogdoches. Look at that.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Have a good one.